Nigga, this stuff, yeah. A lot of celebrities was losing their mind. Like Charlie Sheen. That dude was waving a machete at the paparazzi at a hotel. Yeah, what's up, y'all? Welcome back.
Is he still alive?
Yeah, Charlie, come on, man. He thinks he's rich.
You said he's that
bro, I told you, they already got the cure for AIDS. He probably, he can just pay for it, like fucking Magic Johnson. Yeah, they just don't give it to the regular niggas because he want us to die. Welcome back to episode 9 of Be Blunt, man. You know, the little podcast we got going on here. It's just like the pre-podcast thing before we really get like a setup and we're really enthralled. You'll see the growth. You know, this is episode 9. Imagine episode 1000. You got Joey Diaz on or something if he's still alive at that point. Yeah.
He was a lot of shit.
Yeah, he's definitely done a lot of shit.
I saw him in The Longest Yard.
He was in Spider-Man.
No, not that. The Longest Yard.
Yeah, I know. I'm saying he was in that. He was in Spider-Man.
He was in Spider-Man?
Yeah, he was in the subway. He was in the train.
It's crazy.
He don't get to me. Just push them niggas on the way. Did you see Far From Home?
No, not yet.
Oh, crazy movie.
Yeah, let us know if you've seen Far From Home.
Yeah, now in the comments, you know. What's the first thing we're gonna talk about?
The Glacier.
The Glacier. Yes. I mean, so if you want to get into a few things, I know you heard it all the time. You probably, if you gone to school, your teacher probably brought it up to you, and if he hadn't, he failed you. You know, global warming and all the effects that like the different gases and stuff we produce and all this stuff we burn to the atmosphere is like trapping heat. And now it's causing a lot of effects for the planet. And one of these effects is a giant glacier the size of Florida. I'm telling you. And it's going to break off because there's warm water somehow is now getting under the glacier. And it's now getting to the back of the glacier, removing the ice pillars that held it there for millions of years. And now it's going to break off, and they think in about a decade. And when this happens, there's enough ice on here to melt off and raise the sea levels by 10 feet. And I think that's probably enough to at least bring some states underwater. At least definitely Florida. Islands and disappear.
You'll see like the rivers come up.
The Great Lakes gonna be huge.
Some people's houses.
I mean, all that, you gotta think about all that water displacement, it changes the way the currents go in the ocean. Like the way the currents flow right now maintains the way that there's enough fresh water in the continents that we are right now. That's already running out because of global warming.
You don't have to build over it?
Build over what?
The water coming up. Or are you just gonna have to?
We're just gonna have to. We're gonna have to get people out of them cities, and whatever cities. Well, scientists don't have to sit down and really map out what cities and towns may be affected by sea levels raising by 10 feet.
That's sick. It was take out.
Yeah, leave everything, man. The whole city, bro.
That's trash.
That's gonna destroy the economy. A whole state gone, or at least half of it. That's crazy, man. But what I was saying about with the whole current thing, but the amount of fresh water we have right now, like, because the way the currents work, it moves salt water and fresh water in a way to where like they don't mix. But if all that water melts, it's gonna change the way the currents flow in the ocean. And then salt water might get into the places where we have fresh water. Now we don't have as much water for people to fucking drink. I mean, it's what's already happening in the Middle East, like places like Syria, like they're very like their water sources are very much depleted, pretty much. And they're being dictated by other countries like Turkey and shit. They got dams and stuff like that. I mean, they can like control what water flows to where. I mean, I don't know, man. Stuff like that. It's crazy. Gets to thinking. What can you really do? I mean, we've been talking about it for years, and we stalled. I don't know if you noticed. I've already noticed. Like where I live, it has not snowed. I think it snowed for one day. Like really snowed.
Like stayed on the ground for one day.
And now it's all melting. Like it's gone. Bipolar weather. I don't know if you noticed last summer, but that was hot. Next summer, oh my god, nigga, oh you ain't felt heat yet, baby. It's coming.
It's gonna be out of
It's about to get bad, man.
It's probably going to 100.
Look.
It's going to 100.
You think y'all just read it in the books and shit that all states fell in the civil wars and whole empires are gone? It is happening. I don't know. It's pretty crazy, man. The dollars being printed to nothing is literally worth nothing. Our whole currency is not being backed by anything. Back in the 70s, when Nixon decided that he was going to completely cut the dollar from any type of world currency, which was gold and silver, which we have been using for thousands of years to dictate the flow of money. And now we live on a fiat currency, which we can print into infinity. That's why they can give you stimmy taxes month after month after month. Nigga, they're printing the fucking shit. Half the money that's in the U.S. right now has been printed since the beginning of the pandemic. Plandemic, I'm sorry. Whatever that is. They got a whole spelling out. All these variants. Each at COVID, you can literally spell out the variants with the word. It's called depopulation, nigga. It's called eugenics. They didn't end with Hitler. But you thought Hitler was the last evil nigga to exist? What? What the you think, man? Look at you think there's. Think of some people you may know who are just cocky or just stuck up anyway, and they don't really have much. Now imagine you're.
So you could tell when somebody's like a little bit off.
Now imagine you're a billionaire.
Yeah, they can do whatever they want.
Trillionaire, I don't know.
You can get whatever you want.
I mean, a lot of niggas with the real money don't display their wealth. Like niggas like Bill Gates, they're just pawns. They're just who shows their faces. The niggas with the real money, like the dudes that own these giant banks, that own the currency that we use, and that print the money that we use.
What do you think they do?
They got all the real resources. All these resources, you got places like China, they're hoarding mass amounts of ingredients that we use for different foods, like grain. They've been hoarding grain for years. Hoarding grain. So eventually there's gonna be food shortages. You're gonna go to the store, ain't gonna be no bread, no Pop-Tarts, no nothing. Or if there are Pop-Tarts, it ain't bread, nigga, but it's whatever they make. They're gonna start sympathizing. They've been doing it, they've been trying to get people used to it. The Impossible Burger, soy burger. Yeah, baby. They didn't tell you that the soy in the burger is making your balls shrink and you can't have kids now. Oops. I wonder why. It's almost like this intentional or something. It's almost like they don't want to try to stop people from buying sugary ass snacks that they put right next to my house. A whole box of Little Debbie's donuts that has no nutritional value at all. No carbs, no protein, no vitamins, no nothing. There's sugar and sodium. And trans fats, whatever the that is. And all the other chemicals that you can read on the back, high glycol, Grecoffin, whatever the shit look like a spray ball you're about to use to clean your refrigerator. They don't give a about you. What the you think this is? People before the modern times now, they used to go to farmers, their nearest farmer, and that's where they would get their food. The people who grew it out of the ground naturally. We didn't go to the store and buy boxes of Twinkies and shit that been sitting there for who knows how long. I can leave a Twinkie in my car for the next 3,000 years. Aliens can come down and find that. It'll still be fresh. Fresh. What the is that?
Still there intact.
Still intact, still moist.
Throw it around.
That motherfucking alien gonna bite to my what's this?
This is way better.
This is way better than all this. We mean, sir, taste this.
All the ingredients are on the
All
back?
the ingredients in the bag. Then they gonna start making it and they gonna go down the red hole. I don't know what this is. Alright.
Did you ever think, like, I haven't seen it yet, but they made a movie to tell us that a meteor's coming down to Earth?
Yeah, I've seen it. Don't Look Up on Netflix. Again, what's his name? Leonardo DiCaprio.
Yeah.
Get the one chick from Hunger Games. I can't remember her name.
I don't know.
Who cares? It's a good movie though.
Do you think so, bro?
I mean, when you see the end, you be like, damn, we really had it all, didn't we? Yeah, I guess they took it to the government. Spoilers, I guess. They took it to the government, and they tried to show the United States president that there was a meteor coming. That they were NASA scientists. Obviously they stalled. And they were like, "Oh, we got to word it differently to the public because we don't want to scare people." And I guess at first, yes, you can rationalize that because you don't want because people were dumb and go crazy, but they played around. No one took it seriously. And it got to the point where no one took it seriously until they can see it in the sky. Then countries want to be like, okay, we got some own nukes at it. We gotta. And then actually, at a point before you even get to that point, the country was talking about trying to mine it or let it hit the Earth and then mine the asteroid afterwards. Probably take the resources. It's like you're trying to debate the economic aspects of it rather than the human catastrophe that just happened. How many people are going to die? How many of your citizens are gone? They're thinking of the economics. Anyway, they started.
How big was it?
It was as big as Texas.
So did they send nukes at it?
Yeah, I think they did, and it broke up. Obviously, I think the only way sending nukes at it will only work if we have spotted it from very far away, and it's at a point to where if it explodes, those shrapnels won't hit our planet. See, if we explode the rock too close, instead of one big rock, now we get 1,000 tiny, not really tiny, but probably the size of houses and football fields.
Just like
it's not a state. But imagine a meteor the size of Texas breaking up. It'll probably be the size of New Jersey then.
That's
a little smaller.
That's a critical hit.
That's a critical hit. You're done, nigga. There ain't nothing else after that. There is.
I don't know. I don't think it would
Bro,
I don't think it would
if a meteor. Well, if it's smaller one.
How strong the nukes are now, they're pretty.
Bro, a nuke and a meteor are not the same thing.
I'm telling you.
All the nukes on the planet can explode, and it's not the same compared to one meteor. That's what I'm saying here.
Yeah.
But anyway, back to how they were stalling the movie, and they just didn't take it seriously till the end. But you got to think are these subliminal messages, these movies that they be trying to put out all the time? Sometimes they be Black Mirror. They were talking about that 3 years later it's happening. It's like, wow.
It's crazy. I think it's actually worth it.
Video games.
That VR.
I was playing Assassin's Creed Black Flag. That game came out in I think it was I don't know, but it came out a while ago. And the dudes, the people in the company, they play through the little chips in their heads, and they're sitting there on VR like this, and they're just virtual reality, and it looks so realistic. They've been thinking of it. They've been had these technologies going. They've been testing out these things. There ain't no UFOs, nigga. There's that be flying through the sky that they record that they're putting out now. That's not UFOs, nigga. That's shit that the U.S. military probably been having for who know how long. I've been said it. The Blackbirds, some big ass planes that go into the stratosphere. That's 80s Soviet, baby. We're in a whole new era. Whole different stuff. You got dudes like Bob Lazar talking about they found alien technologies before, and they've been trying to, re-engineer those and trying to use them for our military and stuff. But I don't know if it's a subliminal message. People think that it's more of a nod towards global warming, because we know Leonardo DiCaprio has been known to have go up in his award speeches and be like, we need to take care of the planet, and we need to take more of a stand, even though he flew on a private jet to get there and exhausted him. Who knows how much fuel into the atmosphere.
Oh my god, I gotta still run back to.
Still gotta go back.
I gotta run back to Canada.
It's just God damn. Oh, it's ridiculous. But
that's crazy. That's like driving for them. You driving, they're like, hey, I'm gonna run back there and there.
You mad in private jet?
Private jet everywhere. That's crazy.
You got a little snack bar.
You got a little butler. You're like, hey, what's up, man?
That's wild, man.
Modern day politics.
Modern day politics. Modern day politics is pretty much a show, a charade to put on for people. I mean, you're on this side, we're on this side. You argue with them, he argues with you about the same things that you're both being affected by. And if you would have just get together and work on it together, you'll be able to handle these things. But we don't want you to get together and work on it together. We want you to be divided and separated and distracted. I mean, we got a whole mass of people that's thinking consciously about problems that are affecting them, and they can really start getting things done. But they don't want to get things done like that. They want to get things done their way. And their way doesn't involve all of you. I keep saying this. Like, nigga, some of you got to go.
Some of them going to sleep for God.
It's just, this world is just not as goody two-shoes. It's not all sunshine and rainbows, kid, like you thought it was. Sorry. There's still evil people in this world, and there's evil people that run this planet, really, if you think about it. Have you ever really thought about the way life goes, like the way you're living, really, and what happens after you're going to die? Like, you're living to make money, but then where does the money go after you die? It goes back to the government. You're cattle. You live for a certain amount of time, and you give to the system a certain amount of time. Then you're done. If you have debt, that debt carries on to your next family. It wouldn't even matter. The house you own is not even yours. Stop paying your taxes, you'll find out who really owns your house. Even if you bought it. I don't care if you got land, it don't matter. Stop paying your taxes. You'll find out who owns it for real.
You know what's crazy? Nothing really happened to them white dudes that like stormed the Capitol.
I don't know, they got charged. Some of them get federal
I'm saying like nothing happened. I'm like, if it was like some niggas, I feel like they would have died.
But they think that the feds incited that. There was this dude there. He had like tactical shit on, and the way he was acting, it was just so bizarre to everyone else because he was talking about, hey, we gotta get in there, we gotta storm them, we gotta take them down. No, we gotta get in there. It's like the way he was like trying to like just people are like, nah, man, we're just here to protest and be like these dudes. We're not trying to break into the Capitol. But ain't that illegal? Like, guess you go to jail for like like half your life for that. He's like, nah, man, we get in there. Like, he was inside. Like, the way he was dressed was so generic. MAGA hat, tactical boots on, like his nigga been in the Navy SEALs or something.
I don't know why dudes wear like that.
No, bro, they've been doing that since the 80s, bro. These intelligence agencies, the CIA, the FBI, they do that. They go into they'll go into like peaceful protests. And they'll get a guy to go in there and be like, oh, come on, man, this ain't enough, man. We got riled up. That's their way. So it's pretense for them to be able to go in and be like, all right, we gotta get y'all to break y'all up, or a pretense to create a scenario where you get people to do something they weren't going to do before. Now you got niggas riled up. They must from the Capitol. Now niggas storm the Capitol, break it in. You're already doing it. You get that. You felt it before. Some doing something like that. That feeling where it's a group and you're just like everyone's doing it at the same time. It's just like you're overwhelmed. You're going with the flow.
Bro, no, the thing that the icing on the cake is they had guns. Like, if we just did it like barehanded.
I mean,
nah.
There's a couple white guys in Pittsburgh who stormed the Capitol building. You know, the Capitol building in our city whenever they was trying to. The mask mandates and stuff. They was like, you're restricting our freedom. You got right to not wear a mask. Something like that. I don't know. Like I said, like I think as I'm learning and there's no reason to really be too cynical. There's no reason to hate groups. Like I said, they hate when we try to come together. They like this divide. They like when we argue back and forth. They don't like when we're together. When we're together, there's too much going on. There's a lot of people. If we all really got together and, like I said, focus on the problem that's really focusing on, I mean, everyone, that's powerful, man. If you don't know what the Million Man March is, you can look that up too. Like that. If you enjoyed this B-Blind episode, let us know down in the comments. Hit that like button, subscribe, and share, man. Really appreciate all the support. Like we said, it's like a little pre-context or future podcasts and stuff. Eventually we'll have episodes we're going on for like an hour, 2 hours. Get some guests on, who knows. But yeah, hit that like button, subscribe and share. We'll see you next time. Peace.